I wanted to come up with a rule that everybody could use, can keep in your back pocket, so that when you're analyzing a deal and you're trying to figure out exactly what to do, you can apply this rule, and it's going to give you the answer towards how this works. Now, this is for when you're doing the analysis on a cash flow analyzer, on the income and expense statement. You're going to be given a bunch of categories for income, and you're always going to be questioning whether it's good income or bad income. That's what we're trying to calculate here, is trying to determine if it's good income or bad income. What is the rule that we use to apply to make the determination? Because as you all learned, those people that were there this weekend, what you learned was that to capitalize the income, you increase the value of the property and you pay more for it if you do it wrong. And you don't want to be in that situation. So what rule can we use to come up with a solution so that we know exactly how to do it? So here's a new rule for those times when I can't be there for you. This is it. Don't write it down. Just commit it to memory. If the tenant modifies their behavior the next month and then the income disappears, it's not income worthy of capitalization. Ergo, it's bad income. So always ask yourself the question, if the tenant changed their behavior, if the tenant started to perform under the terms of the contract, what happens next month with this income? Do I still get it, or does it go away? And if it goes away, why capitalize it? It means that the guy has bad tenants, he's trained his tenants poorly, and now you have to capitalize that bad income because this guy's a lousy manager? To heck with that. We're not going to do that. Because remember, guys, when we do that, we're taking money out of our kids' future and giving it to little Johnny. We don't want to be that guy. So, get ready. People, unmute yourself. I'm kind of in a strange screen here because I'm sharing it so I can't see everybody on the side. Take that rule and apply it to the following incomes. And you tell me, somebody yell it out, good income or bad income? Good income? Yeah. What is it?
Yes or no?
Income.
What is it?
Bad income.
Yeah.
Bad income. If the tenant paid on time, will we get that money next month?
No.
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 Okay. NSF.
Bad income.
Bad income.
Bad.
Bad. Very bad. Very bad. Utility income.
Good.
Good.
Good. Now, here's the thing about utility income. Remember, guys, that's why I always say we got to get a trailing 12. You've got to look at that utility income over a 12-month period. If you see it over a 12-month period, then you get to see all the fluctuations. What happens during the seasons? And you get a better understanding, because sometimes the guy might give you a T3 income. Remember we saw that on Saturday? He gives you a T3 income, and he gives you when the income is really high for the utilities, but he applies it against 12 months of income, 12 months of expenses for the utilities, and it doesn't map out well. Okay, next one. Laundry income, good or bad?
Good.
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 Very good, very good. Maintenance recovery income.
Maintenance.
Yeah, think about this.
Bad.
Yeah,
I think bad.
you think bad? Who else? Anyone else?
Bad.
I'd say bad.
Okay, well, I tell you what, why doesn't somebody explain to me what it is?
Not
What exactly is that?
Who just asked that?
I did, Adam.
Hey, Adam. All right, so who can tell me what maintenance recovery income is?
Is that a reserve for maintenance?
It
I think it's a charge.
It sounds like
to the tenant.
Mike Butler, speak up.
It's a charge back to the tenant for, like, in our leases, what we try to do is, like, say anything under, any maintenance under $300, the tenant has to pay for it. That's a charge back to them. So basically, they're, tries to mitigate some of the calls,
Yeah,
it's minor issues.
exactly. It mitigates the calls. Somebody gets a toilet backed up, and then you find out they got a toilet backed up because the kid stuck something down there.
Yes.
Well, the tenant's going to pay. Good income or bad income?
bad.
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 Exactly. Thank you, Michael.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, my favorite, my absolute favorite. Admin income?
Bad.
Bad.
Who can tell me what admin income is?
I don't know.
Admin income is instead of a security deposit.
Who's that?
It's Adam.
Adam, you show off, man. Wait a minute. No, show.
All
Oh,
that
no, no.
wine.
Delete Adam. Delete Adam. I had this conversation with him this morning. You son of a gun. You son of a
At least
gun.
I
Okay.
remember, right?
Yeah, at least you remember. Good. It's only been 12 hours. Okay.
And a glass of wine.
Yeah. Have another glass of wine. Okay. Who else? Who can tell me what admin income is? Okay.
Some landlords will charge this instead of in lieu of a security deposit. So
Right.
they can pocket this money and then they won't have a security deposit.
Right. So think about it. Think about it, guys.
Bad.
Very bad. So bad. The worst bad income you can possibly get. If you see this on a trailing 12, the first thing you want to do is contact the broker and say, hey, can you explain this admin income for me? And if he comes back and says, oh, the owner does it in lieu of security deposits, this is the worst income possible. And you might need to modify your purchase and sale agreement. And here's why. So what's happening is the guy is going to sell his property, and he knows he's going to sell his property. And he turns a lot of units because it's a C-class property, so he's constantly turning units. So he decides when he starts to prepare for the sale is that he's no longer going to take security deposits because he doesn't want to deal with the hassle of having to record those, transfer those at closing, all that type of stuff. So he decides he's not going to charge the security deposits. He advertises it to everybody, but instead he charges an admin income. And it's virtually the same value as a security deposit, but it's not a deposit. Remember, a deposit shows up on the accounting books as a liability. It appears on the balance sheet. A security deposit does not appear on the income and expense statement unless you realize it as income. Now, the admin income fee, though, is that goes right on the income statement. It goes right in the seller's pocket, and it increases the net operating income one time for every admin income unit that you get. And so you get this money in, you increase the NOI, that money gets capitalized, you're now paying more for the property than it's worth. And then when you finally that tenant moves out, you have no way of getting that money back. And it's everybody. And now it's you don't get that money back. You're now paying out of your pocket to fix the unit, and you got screwed. Admin income is the biggest scam going. Don't fall for it. Bad income. Next, pet income, good or bad? Give me I muted everybody, so go. What is it?
Bad.
Bad.
You guys think it's bad income? Think about it. What's my rule?
Good income.
Oh, Jose, yeah, sure. Way to sit in the sidelines, Jose. What's the rule?
Modifies behavior.
It's continuous.
It's
So it's good.
It's good. It shows up every month. That's good income. Okay?
Let's
How
say
about this one?
bad income.
Now look at pet fee income, pet deposit fee income. Good or bad?
Good.
Good.
That's
Good.
bad.
Good.
You
It's
know, it's
non-refundable.
I think it's good, but the problem is it's not recurring. You get it one time, okay? So it's not recurring. So you got to take that into consideration. Usually a very small number on the income. What's somebody saying?
Isn't that like any security deposit?
No, it's not a security deposit. It's called a pet deposit. It goes right in your pocket. You don't account for it separately. You don't put it in a separate bank account. It is not a liability on your balance sheet. It's
Okay.
income.
Okay.
So when
Non-refundable, right?
it's non-refundable. You try to do it so it's non-refundable. You write it in the lease so it's non-refundable.
Why
they-
they call it a deposit?
A deposit, well, because they want to get, it's two, first off, and this is something we talked about at the meeting, is that sometimes some of these jurisdictions don't allow it. They don't allow it. So you got to be careful. Let me see. Yeah, so, okay, let me run through a couple of questions. Alana just asked, so you normally security deposit would transfer to the new owner, correct? But what's happening here is the seller walks away with it while the seller comes using it to pump up the price. Exactly. A double cross. Exactly, Alana. Okay, so yeah, security deposits always transfer to the new owner. And that's one of the things that you do and I teach you this in the due diligence. When you've got the rent roll will show the security deposits on there. Okay. And so the lease will show what the actual security deposit is. So when you're going to do your audit during the due diligence, is one of the things you're going to do is you're going to take the rent roll and match it up to the security deposits on the lease and make sure they tie together. If they don't, which document governs?
The lease.
The lease always governs. That's the contract. The rent roll is nothing more than an Excel spreadsheet. Junk in, junk out. So make sure you understand that. Pet deposit fee income. So we're going to say that this is good, bad, but I wouldn't count it. Remember, guys, you count this, your kid is paying little Johnny. And do we like little Johnny? Look at it. Here we go.
How can you not like little Johnny?
Oh, I don't like little Johnny. Okay. I don't like little Johnny. All right, month to month, good or bad income?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Okay, so boy, I got to keep this chat box open. Do you recommend reading through every lease on the property? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Reading through every lease on the property is more important than walking the units. What are you buying? You're buying the lease contract. You better know what it says. And you know what? Some of these guys will throw curveballs with you and put certain things in the lease. You better know about it. You go through every single lease file. You're going to walk through every single unit, but you're going to have somebody back in the management office going through every single lease file. And that's the most important job. Yeah, it's a lot of reading, but not really. You're gonna make sure they're using the same template document, and then you're just going through all the places where they filled it in, and make sure they're not crossing anything out. They're not initialing any changes. You want to make sure that if they've been there for years, that there are renewal terms, and every year they get a new renewal lease. I mean, you can tell how well a business is being run just by looking at the quality of the files. Yeah, so. And it often, Dave Barker says, it often doesn't match up. The lease, the rent rolls and the leases do not match up. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's your responsibility, guys. You can't blame it on anybody else if you don't do the work. Okay. Month to month, good or bad. We just did that one. Storage fee income, good or bad?
Good.
Good.
Great income. Key recovery fee, good or bad income?
Bad.
Bad.
Yeah, you guys are getting it. Does my rule work now? Do you understand it?
Yeah.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Bad debt income, good or bad?
Bad.
Bad.
Very bad. No way to build a business on bad debt income. All right, security deposit forfeiture fee income, good or bad?
Bad. Bad.
Cleaning fee income,
Bad.
Bad.
bad. All right, you getting the hang of this?
Yes, sir.
All right, I think you get it. I think it all makes sense to you now.